Oak Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Farm Sim 15. We are here in our little slice of Russian motherland heaven called Baldeykino and getting some spray down on the field. Here we go. And excellent. Let's get you turned around. Whoa. The speed increase is almost, well, deafening when you turn that sprayer off. See, I'm not sure. I can understand with most implements why that would be a thing, but not sure. Unless, of course, this has got just a huge pump on it, and, well, that might actually be it, you know? See, sometimes you just gotta think about things for a minute, because if this has a really big pump, to get this stuff to pressurize out the end of the nozzles like this, and if that pump actually runs off of our truck's engine, then yeah, I guess I could see why this might be the way it is. Alrighty, there we go. I just kind of wanted to even that out so I wouldn't have to keep trying to get these weird turns in. I've apparently missed a reasonable spot here. That's not too much of a surprise. There goes the train. Lovely, all the workers off to work. At least all the ones that aren't working locally. Okay. Woohoo! I tell you, for an old military rig, this thing ain't got nothing worried for speeds. So, and I do like the dispensing rate here. This big field, I have not yet had to refill this sprayer. And I don't think, to be honest with you, she holds all that much. But as you can see, we're still sitting at 3/4 of a tank full. And what it does hold is, let's bring this guy back up. No, we don't particularly need that. We don't particularly need that. So 75%, alright, so she holds about 2,000 by the look of things. Cool. Nice. I'm gonna actually, get rid of that. I'm losing my line. Whoops. Come on, go. Boop, boop, boop. Bang. There we go. There we go. We're almost there. And then I think I will advance the heck out of time and see if we can't get her to come up reasonable. I think it actually, this map, I do believe that the crops are actually slowed. Like, I don't think that we can ripen this in one night. So, we may have to actually leave her a day or two. But that's okay, we do have a couple things that we need to do. We need to pick up the rest of the bales off of the one field. We could probably consider it a good idea to maybe off one more trailer full of sunflower, because although we don't hurting for cash, I believe we're sitting at around the 5,000 mark, which if the bank decides they want their loan money, because keep in mind this is hard mode, and that means that we started with a $200,000 debt to the local banking system. Not a place I'd like to be in real life, let me tell you. And to be honest with you, not a place I really like being in this game either. But that is a part of hard mode. So, I can only imagine that $5,000 is not going to cover a lot of interest payments on a $200,000 loan. Because I'm sure we didn't get it for 1.5% or 2%. I'm thinking it's probably a pretty decent bank rate, 5% or better. So, and we'll catch that last little bit on the way out. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna quite be able to, well, maybe 99.9% of this particular band anyway. Here we go. See. Oopsie. You see, it's like she's not quite getting as much out the very tips as you might like, because you can see it does leave a little bit of a spot here and there. And now we're way out. Okay. Well, it's alright. As I said, I'm quite happy if we get like 99% of her sprayed up. Get this little piece. Not that we really need to, but we're heading this way anyway. Get this one. Alrighty. And I think I left a kind of a glaring chunk at the end, which is the one I really want to take care of. So, let's zip on down there. There we go. Ooh. Spray on. Alright. And that, as they say, is that. Nice. Oh, I've been shutting it off a little early, huh? That's okay. We'll give you a quick zippity-doo. Give you a quick zippity. There we go. Spray me now, man. Alright. That should probably do it. Let's fold her up and take her home. I don't think that's too rough a piece of road, is it? No massive ditches? No. This thing just flies. Probably a little quicker than you'd really want to go in a truck like this, but that's alright. We have more than enough gear that crawls around at a snail's pace, I think. Alright, open sesame. And we will park you back up over beside our little Kamaz. Hey, dude. I think we're going to use that one actually as our unload. Although I'm not sure if that's a version 1 or a version 2. That exact truck, this yellow one beside where we're parked, was re-released as a version 2. And I don't know if I've had that one since version 1 or not. That's okay. I don't think there was that much of a difference. So this is the combine that we bought the last time. It is a Lita, I believe. And we might as well take her over to Field 5 and get her set up. And the one thing I have noticed with this guy is she's a little weird on the old turning. Let's bring our HUD back up. Does it indeed have an all-wheel drive mode? Yes, it does. But, yeah, it's actually improved it a little bit, but it is pretty slow to turn, so it's something to keep in mind. And just sneak between all you folks. You know what I mean? Like, she's not exactly... Most of them, because they turn from the back, they turn really sharply. This one, oddly enough, not so much. So, oops, we'll want to get out of the way there. Alright. And I think we'll just come across the grass and head down the edge of the field. Because this part isn't actually sown. So it doesn't really matter if we drive on it. Little tiny bush certainly isn't going to stop anything this big. Now I believe this part is sown, so we probably shouldn't drive on it. But we are. Oh, turn. Okay. I don't want to wreck my header by slamming her through a light post. There we go. And we will, of course, bring out our... Whoops, still not quite far enough over, am I? We will bring out the other harvester as well, because we are going to want both of them working in the field, obviously. No point having two if you're not using two. So let's shut her off, hop back over here. Cutting grass is something we definitely need to think about soon as well, because I'm sure our critters, we do have a couple here and there, are probably tired of just munching their own grass out of the field. Although, personally I see that as being a better source than something that you're going to cut down and store for a little while and then feed to them. You'd think the stuff growing in the field would be much fresher and much more attractive to them, but apparently not. So, let's drop our Cornish header Yeah. Switching to head mode. Bump. Nice. Now, yeah, that's in exactly a spot we don't want it. So, I think what I'm going to have to do is give her a little nudgy. There we go. Come on, get out there. That's a better angle. Now I should be able to hook up without too much. See how sharply this thing turns? Man, it's like a sports car. You're not like, yeah, that's a sports car, isn't it? Alright, you two are going to get out to the field. I love all these belts and pulleys on this thing. That's just wild. Just a wild. Coming through, come on, wait for the big harvester. Thank you. And, yeah, don't want to smoke into one of these delivery vans. Oh, and a pickup truck and a guy on the cross. Yeah, don't stop, dude. There's somebody on the crosswalk. Oy, oy. Jaywalkers, that's a different matter. You're not required. Well, you're required to stop. You obviously can't run over them. But you are sort of allowed to go around them. Where it's on a crosswalk, as long as a person's on a crosswalk, you're not actually supposed to enter the crosswalk. Although, let me tell you, do not count on that particular bit of gear to save your butt. That may not be the law in your country, but that is actually the way it works here in Canada. If someone is on a crosswalk, and you're in a vehicle, you're not allowed to cross that until they are actually clear of the walk. Doesn't matter if they're the whole other lane over already. You're not supposed to do it. Alright, those guys are ready. Now, I think we've got a ways, though, before our crop is ready. Here we go. Yeah, we're still in a really early blue stage. So, let's, yeah. No. Yeah. You. We do have something we need to do with you. And that is... Now, I get a feeling that... See, all I want to do really is push these two rows together. But I've got a feeling if I use the bale fork to do that, it's probably going to cause more trouble than it's worth. However, if we simply push it backwards, come on. There we go. Yeah, that works. I think we probably, yeah. I think we probably want to be pretty square to these before we start pushing them around. Otherwise, might end up making a bit of a mess of it. And you are going to miss, aren't you? Good. There we go. Yeah, I know, I would kind of expect they'd actually roll too, but apparently this isn't going to happen. Because we do have, I believe, at least one, or possibly exactly one, trailer left of our little auto bale loading gear device. Ritchie, that's what it's called, a Ritchie bale handler. Alright, give you a little nudge. Cool. Get you further back, a little more room for our next set. There we go. And then, we can get this one pushed back even as well. And then I want to get out and have a little look at... Because remember, we are running the bale extension, which means that your bales can change. Alright. If they get moist, if they rot, etc. Okay, this is still A+, so it's worth $70. Nice. Humidity 12.4%. Alright. In easy mode, these things in that condition, A+, I believe are worth almost $1,000 a pop. So, oh, there's our poor little Volkswagen. I meant to take that home and just have a good look and Make sure the thing wasn't just totally crocked on us. Oh, I feel bad for the little car. You know, we could have gone and got a tractor, but seemed like a good idea at the time. We'll just get the Volkswagen to haul this big, huge fuel tank. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You're about as... oh yeah, that poor little Volkswagen. I think, I just cannot put up with that no more. There we go. There we go. Before we completely collapse the suspension on that thing permanently. I mean, she didn't cost us a whole chunk of change, but more of a chunk of change than I want to end up spending twice on the same vehicle, if you know what I mean. Now, where exactly? It's right on the other side of that. Oh man, that's not much of a bump, eh? Alright, can I get around this though? That is the question. No, there's apparently a fence right there. Oh, but it's only right there, so I can actually sneak through here. Then, out around here. And I see more fence. I mean, that's definitely where we want to go. The field we need is over there. Oh well, looks like if we go just, a little further. Oh man, this poor old tractors. But yeah, we can get where we need to go through here. Bounce, bounce, bash, bash. Alright. Now we got her. Now we have got her. Of course, once again, that whole decision to start as far away from anything, I don't know what possessed me. I really don't. You know, I mean, look at this field. We could have started at that end. No, I'll bet it was just, oh hey, there's a square corner. Like it really matters when you're going to end up doing a 50th of the field before you lose the usage of it. So, alrighty. And I think the bales that we left should all be up at one end here, because I do believe we hit the lower end first. Yes, indeed. Pretty sure there were more bales. Come on, bales, pop in. Anytime. Bales. Baler. Yeah, I know. You did that joke in the last episode, man. Well, like I told you guys. You want to watch a pretty funny movie? You haven't seen it before? Seriously. Go get Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Or look for it on Netflix or whatever it is that you do for your movie viewing pleasure. Personally, I have nothing to do with cable TV. And you, bonk. And you who have strayed off into the wilderness. That's okay. We'll rescue you. And I kind of like about this bale handler is that you don't really have to wait for the functioning of all the parts, you know what I mean? Like with the other one, if it's got to stand the stack up or if it's got to move it over, you have to wait till that particular thing's done. Here, you simply switch sides. So even if it was still lifting a bale on that side, I could simply drive over to this one and get it to lift on the other side. How are we doing here? We're going to have one bale left over. Why does this not surprise me? Oopsie. Alright, well, guess what, dude? You just volunteered to be a leftover. Oh, I'm just gonna miss them all now, am I? Alrighty. That seems fair. Come on. There you go. And one left. Yes, indeed. Okay. And just a single bale. See, now if I actually had this hooked up, that would have made more sense, wouldn't it? I'd have had that hooked up to the front loader with a bale spike on it instead of using a separate tractor. We'd have probably been alright. So, dang, this thing's got a horrible view. Oh, man. Let's just cut across the rotten croppage. Yeah, you really can't see much out of this thing, can you? We'll cut across here, though, and take a little bit quicker route out. There we go. I think it's that corner we want to aim for, more or less. Like I said, I don't think on a field full of rotting crops anyone's going to care that much if we cut across the field. Because nothing's going to be done here until it gets cultivated. You grind all that crop in, make a great fertilizer, it will. How is our field progress? Still in the blue, eh? Alrighty. So yeah, I think it's going to be next episode before we actually get to harvest. 8,600 bucks. Okay. I think we can manage to at least wait for yeah, we can certainly wait till next time up. Should not be issue. So let's take these guys over and get them parked up, and then that'll probably do it for this time around. Oh, I think I wanted to go the other way. Ah, the thump, bam, crash. Alrighty. Yeah. And through to the end we go. It's too bad that some of the gear laying around here isn't usable. I've noticed a couple of kind of beat to heck, but nonetheless existing. Little bits of gear. There's a little flat deck trailer, for instance, over in that other yard. And I'm gonna have to move Mr. Tractor out of the way. There we go. Yep. Should have been using you. We would have had that last bale on the front, and we'd been good to go. There we go. Certainly don't need you to get too far. Okay. You know, even I can't really put up with that. There we go. Yeah. Somebody walk out and poke their eye out. Just poke it right out. Okay. Nope, that's just not going to do it. This is a really small shed for this sort of thing, I'm afraid. Because when I lower those down, of course, they're actually going to move over a little bit. How's that? Fairly even Steven? Not really, a little further back, he says. Alright. Now, what is the actual command? Turn on the Richie Heinrich delete key, please. No. Doink. Not that delete key. Okay. Let's try this delete key. And it is... okay. 4... 5... 7... Okay. Yeah. We're gonna have to do this slightly out of here, I think. Because I know that is just gonna be a huge, huge mess. if I in fact do put those there. So I think what we may end up doing here get a little further over. There we go. See how that works. Okay. Oops. It's O, sorry, not Q. There we go. Whoop. What the heck? No, 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 no. Well, why does it pick it back up? Okay. It's not liking something that's going on there, that's for sure. Let's try... Is it going to drop just one? Will it do that for me? Nope, it picks them back up. Alright, well, I really don't know here. I guess we're gonna have to try. And do it out here and then manually move them all into position. Oh, come on. How's that? Let's wheel them all up. Okay, there we go. At least they're off the darn thing. Yeah, this would not be probably my favorite piece of bale handling. It's certainly tougher than the other one. I do kind of like the fact that it lays them down, but yeah, beyond that, a little bit of a pain in the bum, isn't it? So, at this point, just let it go. And we will manually move all of these guys into the shed. Huh. Yes, we will. So, that, I think, however, will be next time around. As you can see, they are currently A+ at 12.4%. But if we get any rain and they're sitting out here, we're basically hooped. So, yeah, that's okay. We will manually move those back. Now, I think we'll just leave this guy here. And I do believe it's time to start fast forwarding our timeage. There we go. Now, there we go. Wee! Woohoo! Woo! Wow, we ever getting some cool air? Oh man, I know. When I had my little V-dub, I actually, whoa, had a pair of them. One was, as I say, the little 66 in this color, and I used to drive that to work. And when I didn't drive the motorcycle, usually I drove my bike to work, but if it was just even slightly inclement, it was a great reason to hop in the old bug and take her to work. But the other one I mainly used for off-roading. Now, I did have access to a 4x4, but there's just something about the way a Beetle off-roads, and I don't want to park this here. I think I'm going to actually take it home to the apartment. Because if I park it there, I just know I'm going to bonk into it with a tractor. Or a big truck, or something that's going to make the poor little thing all dinged up. So, let's park her back at the apartment. There we go. Nice. But yeah, I used to use the other one, and it is amazing how good they are off-road. Like, I would just race that thing down gravel roads. I mean, just stupid speeds, you know, doing 60, 70 mile an hour down gravel roads, sliding around corners. And, you know, it would, we have a really steep sand hill in this one area, and drive up and down that, lots of fun. If you lost momentum, you were hooped. But what I really liked was if I got it stuck, the cars are so light I could actually put it in first gear, let the clutch out, get the rear tires to start churning, and then step out of the car. And you could do it. And the rear tires would sit there and they would turn. And then I'd go off the side of the road and find myself a good length of, pole, some kind of a log that was reasonable enough for me to lift, and stick her under the rear bumper and give her a good little bit of a push until the car started forward again. Then you could drop the log and run over and grab the door, hop back inside, stomp the gas, throw her in second, and take off. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, eventually, unfortunately, it did what most Volkswagen Beetles do, and they've had a few years of wear and tear on them, and that sort of thing. She kind of, the belly plates break on them, and it's illegal to have them welded because it's a part of the actual structural integrity of the vehicle. So they basically tell you, you know, if you could do it yourself, you'd get away with it, of course, but you couldn't take it in anywhere to be welded because they just flat out refuse, right? It was breaking the law. So eventually they did both go that way, and that was pretty much that. Apparently the little 66 was actually had some pretty good cracks through the belly plate when I bought her. And I took it in one day for something or other. Usually I did the work myself, but for some reason I needed to actually take it to a mechanic. And he looked underneath it, they threw it up on the hoist, and he goes, "Oh, gee, I'm sorry, I can't let you drive her off the lot." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "No, sorry, you've got some serious cracks in the belly plate, and it makes the vehicle unsafe." And I don't know if it works that way where you guys live, but where I live, if a mechanic of one form or another declares that your vehicle is unsafe, they do have the right to not give you your keys back. In other words, until you show up with a tow truck, your vehicle stays in their shop. And if you leave it there long enough, they throw a lien on it and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, he told me, look, you know, as this cannot be welded, you're welcome to tow it home for parts. But I do have to inform ICBC, which is our vehicle insurance thing here in the fine province of British Columbia. And no, you don't have a choice. We have one vehicle insurance company. So yeah, just basically said that's it. This is now considered a write-off. And that was the end of my bug. So, there you go. And with that sad little bug's tale, I think we're going to sign her off for today, guys. We did manage to accomplish a little bit. Never try this at home. It is much harder than it looks. Yeah. There's such a thing as angular momentum that pretty much guarantees, unless you are an exceedingly good athlete and know exactly what you're doing, you'll end up on your face, probably with your tailbone sticking out your ear. So yeah, don't ever try that running and jumping vehicles in real life. No. If you do, practice with a friend in a grassy field and start at like 1 mile an hour. But I don't recommend it, guys. I really don't. So let's see how our field of progress is doing. Well, we could always cut the whole thing down for silage, but we're not going to do that. So yeah, I think that's going to do her for this time around, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Please give that like button, just takes nothing. A mouse click, and it means the world to me. And of course, leave comments. If you like, leave comments. If you didn't like it, leave comments. If there's something you'd like to see, if you found some really cool piece of gear that would fit the farm and go, hey, can you check this out? I'll go, no, I'm so broke ass I can't check nothing out, but we will eventually buy one and check it out. So, This has been Species 7. Take care of each other, folks. From Baldeykino, Russia. Well, ciao for now.